Hi, everyone, welcome to Unknown World channel. Let's just start videos. Before that, please like, share and subscribe our channel for more videos.
In our current age of science, many people see supernatural forces as illusions rooted in wishful thinking. However, love remains a profound exception to humanity's trend toward rationality. People are used to seeing romantic love presented as a force cosmically bound to one's destiny, as it is on the reality show The Bachelor. Far from a recent invention of poets or reality TV producers, romantic love has been a part of human nature for many thousands of years. In fact, love letters written 4,000 years ago in Mesopotamia are remarkably similar to those written today. It's an idea that is at the same time laughable and uncannily relatable for anyone who has been in love and felt their pairing compellingly meant to be. Our research suggests that these magical notions of fated love and unique soulmates are very common and deeply felt. As psychology researchers curious about why human beings think, feel, and behave in the ways they do, we ask a fundamental question: why does love feel magical? We hope that answering this question might shed some light on the quandaries that have long plagued people in love. Should you blindly trust your heart to lead you to happiness, despite the chaos that's as much a part of love as bliss is? Or should you instead skeptically regard the tendency to magical thinking about love, striving for rationality in the search for a fulfilling relationship? Although cultures differ in their stories and expectations about romantic love, the phenomenon appears to be virtually universal. Far from a recent invention of poets or reality TV producers, romantic love has been a part of human nature for many thousands of years. In fact, love letters written 4,000 years ago in Mesopotamia are remarkably similar to those written today. But why is love a natural part of the human mind? Our research explores this question through the lens of evolutionary psychology. Evolutionary psychology is based on the idea that people think and act the way they do today because, over hundreds of thousands of years, our ancestors with traits that made them think and act that way were more likely to survive and reproduce, therefore passing those helpful or adaptive traits onto the next generation. Through this process, the human mind evolved to prioritize things that contributed to survival and reproduction, such as highly nutritious foods and potential mates likely to raise healthy offspring. From this perspective, how could the dizzying feeling of falling in love and the illogical belief that one's relationship is meant to be have helped our ancestors to survive or reproduce? According to one explanation, the key to love's ancient purpose lies in the apartment lease agreement. Why do people agree to long-term leases for apartments? After all, the tenant could soon find a better apartment and the landlord might find a better tenant. The simple answer is that searching for the perfect apartment or tenant is such an annoying and costly process that both parties are better off making a long-term commitment to an imperfect but sufficient lease. The signed lease agreement provides the crucial bond, which keeps the temptation of other options from ruining their useful arrangement. When it comes to choosing partners, people face a nearly identical commitment problem. Humans likely evolved to primarily favor monogamous relationships that last at least long enough to co-parent children. Given the magnitude of this commitment, there's plenty of motivation to get it right by finding the best possible partner. However, searching for an ideal partner is resource-intensive and challenging. In other words, dating sucks. To solve the commitment problem and successfully pass down your gene, it is generally better to not endlessly chase perfection, but instead to commit to a good enough partner. Therefore, evolution may have created love as a biological lease agreement, both solving the commitment problem and providing an intoxicating reward for this solution. Although love may have primarily evolved because it supports sexual reproduction, love is of course still very much a part of life for gay, asexual, and other people who do not sexually reproduce. Scientists who've studied the evolution of same-sex attraction have argued that romantic relationships can provide adaptive advantages even without sexual reproduction. Importantly, variation is the engine of evolution. From a strictly evolutionary perspective, there is no single normal or ideal way of being. After you're through the breathtaking phase of falling for a partner, love helps to ensure commitment in several ways. First, it makes other potential mates seem relatively lackluster compared to single people. Individuals in satisfying relationships rate other good-looking people as less attractive. This perceptual shift makes one's partner seem like more of a catch in comparison and thus discourages partnered people from pursuing other romantic options. Second, love causes jealousy, a mate-guarding adaptation that motivates vigilance and defensiveness toward those who might threaten your relationship. Even though jealousy is a burden with horrible consequences, at its extreme, evolutionary psychologists argue it could help prevent infidelity and attempts by others to steal your partner. And finally, as our team investigates in ongoing research, the supernatural meant-to-be stories people tell about love might increase their confidence in the value of their relationship. Our work investigates how magical thinking can be adaptive despite being based on fantasy. Unlike a lease agreement, emotions are often turbulent and unpredictable. More than just a feeling of connection, believing in a narrative that suggests your relationship is magically meant to be could provide a consistent reason to stick together for the long haul. Although a magical belief in fated love is almost certainly objectively false, if it helps to cement a long-term commitment to a good partner, it fulfills an adaptive purpose and can therefore be considered deeply rational. As neuroscientist Carl Dieseroth put it, love is an unreasonable bond that becomes reasonable by virtue of its own existence. So even if magical love doesn't make logical sense, it makes sense for love to feel magical. Our reading of the research suggests that love's magic helps people make the enormous commitment required to successfully pass their genes down. But what are you to do with the knowledge that love's magic exists to fulfill evolution's bluntly practical aim of passing your genes on to future generations, rather than to lead to happiness or even an accurate perception of reality? We can surely improve on the advice of so many contestants on The Bachelor to follow your heart, blindly trusting that you will find meaning in the pursuit of a biological imperative. Yet, there is a grain of truth in that click. If you revolt against that magical thinking, you might be overthinking your way out of one of life's greatest gifts.
Hope you liked today's video. For more knowledge and information, don't forget to subscribe our channel.